I mean, at least I think it might. But we'll get to all of that in time, because today we're talking about High School of the Dead. I mean, Train to Busan. I mean, All of Us Are Dead. It's a pretty good one. You should watch it if you haven't. We're talking about Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, the new anime by Bug Films. Because for all my fellow Gen Xers and millennials out there, there's nothing more relatable than complaining about your job. So it's nice to be represented in these Japanese cartoons we all watch. But anyway, this is gonna be my usual style video where I give y'all my thoughts and opinions in the form of a neatly structured numbered list. Alongside some reaction footage highlights, of course. If you want to watch the full-length, uncut reactions, hit up Patreon. Otherwise, let's get into it. Number 1. Our casual athletic wear queen. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to this anime is the characters, mainly Mila Jovovich. Can I just say straight up, is she a lock for best girl of 2023? I mean, who is the competition here? Ai Hoshino, Chao Ling, Chizuru? Does Kaguya count since the movie released in the US this year? And who else? Oh, Kiriko. I don't know, y'all. Those are just my picks, but I feel like Shizuka is up there. As a manga reader, I feel like Shizuka was a great character for me since the beginning of the series. Is that the GOAT? Oh my god, she's so fire, dude. This is like my favorite character. I will tell y'all right now, they will see each other again. I know, crazy spoiler. She, believe it or not, the girl who was in the opening many times will be a reoccurring character in this show. I like that she comes across as a mature adult, which she is of course, but she still has a lot of that likable charm. It's that sweet gap moe, you know? But everyone out of the main group is a great character. For example, if y'all have been watching my reactions on Patreon, y'all know I love Kensho. Look at my king! Oh, imagine your gonad smashing against the wall like that after a jump. I love that though. Very simple metaphor. It's like jumping over the alley. It's like taking that leap of faith to do what you want to do in life. And Akira did it first because we already saw him go through that. And this dude making the jump now. And then at the end, it's your friends who help pull you up. And of course, Akira is a great main character. He feels like a more grounded shonen protagonist. You know, someone with the ideals, big personality, and hot-bloodedness of a shonen protagonist, but while still feeling like someone who could exist in the real world. But y'all see the parallels, right? It's like, he already was a zombie going to work, so it's like the zombie apocalypse is like nothing. Because he was way more miserable at work. The best part of the show, bro. It's like everybody else is treating... Like, he's in a completely different show from everybody else. Like, they're all in, like, a Night of the Living Dead, like, 28 Days Later type show. And he's, like, having the time of his life. It's so good. And then last but not least, to round out our main cast, we have this random white lady. Oh, brother. Look at all this forced diversity in my anime, bro. A white German woman, really? Ugh. Anime is getting so woke these days. What if they actually got like some random white girl to voice her? Like, what if they got like Margot Robbie to voice her? I just want to picture Margot Robbie at a studio trying to read Japanese lines. Oh, dude. What does sugoi mean? Oh wait, no, she's Australian, right? She'd have an Australian. I was about to try and do an Australian accent. I can't do that shit. We all love Beatrix though. But yeah, this is the core strength of Zom 100, a main cast of characters that's infinitely likable and charismatic, essentially the ideal group of people you'd want to spend a colorful, lighthearted zombie apocalypse with. But let's talk about our MC more specifically, yeah? Number 2. I'd rather get eaten by zombies. That's the main catchphrase of our boy Akira, right? And that's also the central theme of this show. It's better to die to a bunch of Splatoon-looking zombies than to live your life doing something you don't want to do. Look, it's no secret that the work culture in Japan sucks. I mean, it sucks in most countries. For some reason, Japan gets the worst rep, but it's not like anyone loves climbing the corporate ladder in America either. It's the reason most developed countries have declining birth rates. Kinda hard to settle down and start a family when popping out a kid kid can literally bankrupt you. But the whole point of Zom 100 is to show how desperate some people are to escape this work cycle. And the way it accomplishes this is through a very unsubtle but effective metaphor. Zombies are mindless drones that shamble around aimlessly, right? So when you've already lived your whole life the same way working for a corporation, what is there to fear from an apocalypse? That's the core of Zom 100, and when it focuses on that, that's when it's at its best. All of our main cast members have to overcome this issue when they're first introduced. Kensho learns to live his life the way he wants to. Shizuka learns to live life the way she wants to. Beatrix kind of already does this, but she also learns to live her life the way she wants to. The thing is, it's easy to fall back into old habits when your PTSD comes back to haunt you, and this is what happens to Akira in the arc where he reunites with his former supervisor. Now, reading the manga, this was definitely the peak of the series to me, and while the manga definitely has high points after that, none of it really hits the same in my opinion. Because this arc is the culmination of the themes of the show. Akira has now chosen to live his life the way he wants to, and he proves it through one last confrontation with his old life. Well, but you already said you were staying. It's kind of a dick move to go back on that again. Everybody's looking up like, wait, we could have done that all along? Wait, I kind of don't want to be here either. You got room in that RV? The thing is, when the show gets away from this theme and starts doing other stuff, it kind of falls apart. At least in my opinion. Number 3. It's all downhill from here. At the time I'm recording this video, we're about to enter what I'm assuming to be the final arc of the season, which is where the gang travels back to Akira's home village. Now, if you're anime only, this is gonna spoil, again, what I'm assuming to be the rest of the season, so skip to the next section to avoid all that. Basically, in this arc, our gang has to deal with the Injustice League version of themselves. Wow. Look at this exciting cast of memorable villains. This group of people has also found liberation in the zombie apocalypse, but instead of finding positivity in it, they turned evil. Ooh. Through some weird convoluted moral logic, they decide to let a bunch of zombies into Akira's barricaded hometown because we live in a society or something edgy like that. It's very dumb. It doesn't make a lot of sense. These characters are extremely embarrassing, and so is this arc, unfortunately. Remember when I said Zom 100 is at its best when it sticks to its core theme? This is why. Instead of focusing on the metaphor of liberation, I feel like this arc devolves into just a bunch of shonen nonsense. Now, to be fair, Zom 100 has always had this kind of ridiculous, silly vibe to it. Especially when you look at the anime, which has leaned into the absurdity with all the different colored blood on the zombies and the super shonen-y way they do the action scenes. That's all fine and everything, but despite the over-the-top tone and the fact that the series leans into its exaggerated reality, it's still always been rooted in reality. Obviously not the reality of a zombie apocalypse, but the reality of real believable people and situations. Meanwhile, this arc is like a weird clown fest that somehow feels less believable than punching a zombie shark with lightning. Now, those are my thoughts reading this arc in the manga, but of course you can't go into the anime with any of these assumptions. So far, the anime has been pretty much one-to-one in adapting the source material, but you never know, they might just change some stuff that'll make me like the arc better. Or maybe even just watching everything in animated form for the first time and seeing my goat Kensho diving into a bunch of dookie and glorious color will maybe be enough to make me see the arc in a new light. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but I was always dreading getting to this arc ever since the anime was first announced. But again, even though I didn't care for it, it's not the worst thing ever, so maybe y'all will like it. Don't let me tell you how to feel about it, even though I'm always right. Number 4. The section where I talk about the OP. Real quick, let's just talk about the opening for a bit, cause it's pretty good. I'm a big Kanabun fan, right? I like that little Naruto song they did that everyone knows. I like the music they did for My Hero Academia, and I think they're just a fun band in general. And here in Zom 100, the song they've chosen, combined with the visuals of Bug Films, has given us an opening that perfectly captures the vibe and aesthetic of the anime. Oh, we get to see the OP. It's already hype. Oh, is that Best Girl? Yep. I want a dancing, rolling. Nah, this OP is fire, dude. It's great, man. The song is so catchy. It has infectious energy, just like the anime itself. Easily one of my favorite openings of the year. But let's not forget about the ending, because that's really good too. Moikai. Look at our squad, bro. Oh my god, the goats. Wait, this song's actually really good. Hold on. That's a good hook. Good music can really make or break a show, man. Is there ever a better feeling in the world than watching a show you already like and then it hits you with a banger opening or even a banger OST track? It's like getting a blowjob that already feels good and then shooting yourself up with heroin at the same time to feel even better. Miscellaneous thoughts and reactions. Alright, now for the segment I know y'all want to see, which is just a highlight reel of miscellaneous reaction moments. As always, check out Patreon for the full-length uncut reactions, but otherwise, here you go. That's fair, but I mean, yeah, she probably don't like him or anything. She probably just, you know, give him in the gawk so she could, you know, not have to work 24 hours a day. So I kind of feel her, honestly. Who wouldn't do the same thing in her position? That's crazy, y'all. If your boss tells you to do sexual favors for them, do not do that. Yuck, imagine humming while scrolling through your phone. I only get depressed when I look through my phone because I see all the notifications from all y'all's whack comments on my videos. Motherfuckers commenting, when are you gonna read JoJo Part 7? Oh, hell nah. Honestly, what? Let me stop. Hey, flight attendants in Asia are different, man. That's thing is, in countries like Korea and I guess Japan too, apparently, flight attendants are like the Instagram models, bro. Like they only hire the best of the best, if you know what I mean. Just pull out your playing cards and do a magic trick. Tell them about your Valorant rank. Is that not how you guys would play it? Me personally, I would tell them about my illustrious high school basketball career, even though that was like 30 years ago, and I can barely do a layup now. Oh yeah, now he for sure looks like the most Asian person of all time. Like that's the definition of 2023 Asian man. Like how do you come up with that? The legs of the divers that it's eaten are poking out of its stomach to let it walk. Like how do you think of stuff like that? It's insane. Yeah, what a dweeb. In what situation would anybody want the scientific classification of an animal when they ask, dude? Oh my god, I would shove her. She's best girl, but I would shove her in a locker. Go beyond. Oh, look at my king. The fact that he turns, dude. Like, what shark would respond to somebody going, hey? Oh, he got that cake on him. Yeah. Nah, he got that. He got that thing on him. No pause. That censoring is insane. It looks like he has like a tapeworm coming out of his ass all tangled up. No virus necessarily spread this rapidly. God. Imagine a virus spreading that quickly. It's so unrealistic. And I'm sure everybody will just, you know, willingly take this vaccine because, you know, it's logically, of course. There aren't going to be goofy people out there who are going to refuse to get vaccinated, right? What if he's like, well, I actually wanted to stay here. That's legit. I'm going to write it in my notebook right now. Number 57. Stay and work for my boss. Can you imagine? I really wanted him, when I was doing the manga, I wanted him to join their crew, dude. And he like has a character arc. He becomes like the most likable character. Can you imagine if they did that? Alright, that's all I gotta say about Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. I really love the show so far. Who knows how it's gonna end, but if my opinion changes on it, maybe I'll make another video and let y'all know. As if anybody cares. But yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment below if you're team Shizuka or team Beatrix, and that's the video. Peace. I think watching the live action movie ruined my experience with this show because now every time I look at Akira, I can only think about that Packers sweater he was wearing in the movie. And now it makes me think if the manga/anime Akira is also a Packers fan. I know he played rugby and not American football in the original, but I mean, man, I just can't get over it. This is the trauma you have to deal with as a Chicago sports fan.